Hi, I'm the 13th Wolfman. This is my review for VCI's Screen Theater. This is Volume 5. This has Blood Cult and Blood Cult's sequel, Revenge. Blood Cult is, I believe, if my memory serves me right, Blood Cult is the actual very first movie shot on film, or shot on film. No, shot on video from the 1980s. There was a big explosion in the 1980s where everybody with a video camera said, hey, I can make a horror movie, you know, let me have my try at it. And I believe Blood Cult was the first film to do this. It didn't cost that much, I think $30,000 to make this movie, if that. It takes place in this little, I want to say like town like in Pennsylvania or upstate New York somewhere. And there's these killings going on at a local campus. The local sheriff the sheriff comes in to investigate, and he gets kind of sucked into this thing where every time they find a dead woman, they find a coin with a dog's head on it. Okay, well, so he has his daughter do a little research. His daughter finds out that there's a cult that has to do with a god named Caninus. You know, dogs, canine. You know, you get it. And so now he's digging into this whole cult thing and trying to find out who's involved, who's dealing with it. It's a very, I mean, for being nobody whatsoever in this movie, it's a good movie. The plot flows. It just, I remember hearing a lot of bad stuff about this movie, and I never thought that. I thought that this movie had a very even flow to it. The story told itself very well. It unfolded very well. The acting was, well, like I said, we got nobody in this movie. So we've got probably a handful of, local theater actors is probably what we have. If not just friends of the producers and director. And I enjoyed it. I'd give this easily 2 3/4 chainsaws out of 4. It's not a 3 chainsaw movie. No, it's got its flaws. It's got, sometimes the look just doesn't look right. Did I enjoy it? Would I watch it again? Yeah. I really did enjoy this movie. And then you got Revenge. Revenge is the sequel. In fact, Revenge is such a cool movie that it does that thing that they did in the 80s with quite a few movies like Rocky and some of the Friday the 13th, where the movie picks up at the very end of the movie and then flows right into the second one. I always love that. I hate the fact that they don't do that anymore. So we're back. At the end of the first one, I can't really tell you what happened, but at the end of the first one, things went a little awry and some people died. Let's put it that way. So the second one picks up where the first one left off at, and in this one, we actually get 2 semi-famous names. John Carradine. This has got to be close to his last film. I mean, if it's not his last film, I'd be surprised. Because it's like 1986 or 1987, and he's looking pretty worn. And then you've got Patrick Wayne, John Wayne's son, who made movies with John Wayne like The Searchers and Big Jake. So Patrick Wayne comes back to the same little town from the first movie because the character in the first movie, his brother died. And he came back to find out, or not find out, but came back to attend his brother's funeral. And he finds out that, you know, some things are going a little awry in this town. And he's been hearing stories from some of the locals, and he goes out to a local farm. He goes out to visit a local farm of the local veterinarian from the first film. And he meets the veterinarian's wife, and she remembers him from when he lived out there. And like I said, I can't really give a whole lot away about this because this movie is just as good as the first one. I thought, again, the story flowed. The story really unfolded really well. It was kind of odd because Patrick Wayne is like in this movie 95% of the time. And then you've got John Carradine, who's in it for like 5% of it. I think he has like 3 scenes in the entire movie, which is a shame. It's kind of cool though because they do Patrick Wayne and John Carradine do share a scene together. So, you know, John Carradine and John Wayne were in the movie The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance together. So it's kind of cool, you know. He can actually say that, you know, 2 generations of Waynes have been in a movie with John Carradine. But yeah, what would I give this? 2.5 chainsaws out of 4. Like I said, there were a few little things that just kind of bugged me, but overall, I mean, if you just watch it straight through, one right after the other, it almost feels like a miniseries in a way. And I mean, the story just, it works. Watching them separately, I mean, if you watch the first one, Blood Cult, and then you don't watch the second one, okay, you can get away with that. If you watch the second one without watching the first one, you might be a little lost. So I definitely would say it's a double feature type thing. I think that VCI did a really great job doing this. I'll leave the link below. You guys can check them out. So yeah, I'm the 13th Wolfman. I'm on the prowl.